Hello everybody, today is Wednesday, April 11th. It is 2:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2:23 p.m. You can see my computer clock on my right. The video is recorded in real time, and I'm recording the video early today as I have a busy day today. So I wanted to record this now. It's about an hour and a half before the regular session close. On my left, you can see the time in sales, the Emini S&P currently trading at 26.52 or so. Okay, it was a really great day for the Autotrader today. First up is the Dax on the Renko 14 tick. This was moderately active today, and this one is the one that hit its goal. And this one is the one that has a $5,000 goal, and it hit its goal today, as you can see, 49.87, so we had one tick of slippage. If I tighten up the equity curve, we can kind of see what happened here. We started off with some drawdown, and it looks like this amount of this drawdown was about $900. So indeed we had some volatility, but after that it had a pretty steady slope to the upside and ultimately hit its goal into the US session. Okay, next is the DAX on a 150 tick chart, just a regular 150 tick chart. This hit its goal at 2,500, trading two contracts, and you can see some of the trades here. This is the template, and then of course our daily goal here, and this is using a limit order with a pullback of 8 ticks. Okay, next is the DAX on the Renko 14 tick with a $2,000 daily goal, and this one only drew down about $500, different money management, with a really nice short trade here, and then followed by a long, which brought us to our goal, trading two contracts. This is the template on this chart, and then our goal of 2,000 here, and this one is using a limit order with a pullback of 4 ticks. The parameter called offset, this is what we use to designate a pullback. So if we're looking to buy, then the market has to pull back to us. That's what a limit order is. If we were buying on a stop, it would be the close of the bar plus 4 ticks. Okay, next up is our Nasdaq on our 5 Renko chart, and this did 1590 for the day, and this had quite a bit of volatility on the chart. It really started to do well at the 11:30 hour. You can see the number of winners here, but prior to that, if I tighten up the equity graph, we can see this was pretty active here and mostly underwater for most of the session. So even though this has been performing well, it's been rather volatile, so I need to take a closer look at the parameters here, but still this is doing well. Maybe a larger time frame on a chart like this will yield less trades, but still hitting its goal, I believe. Our goal on this is 1,500, so indeed hitting our goal with positive slippage. Okay, the Emini S&P on a 1-minute chart, hitting our goal in a single trade. This starts trading pre-market, and you can see the entry here on our limit fill pullback. I'm going to make this a little bit larger, and indeed we have a limit order here, and our offset is only 4 ticks, so we have to get filled within 3 bars here, and then our pullback of 4 ticks. So you can see we got filled. Here's the close of the bar right about here. So this is about as close up as I could get it. Here's our limit fill here on 2 contracts, and really excellent placement on the trade. We didn't really take that much heat. The fill was at 26.33, and it looks like we went as low as 31, so only 2 points drawdown on this trade, and then we exited way up here 20 points later at 26.53. So really excellent trade placement, and just on a regular minute-based chart, really excellent on the indicator signals. Notice the pullback here is to the volatility stop, and that is the whole design of this kind of algorithm. The volatility stop contains the volatility, which is the price movement from high to low, the swings in a given period of time. And so when we get volatility beyond that level, then we have a change of direction, which happened up here. So really excellent signals on the indicator. The Autotrader basically automating that algorithm and combining it with money management and filters and such. And so this is really impressive on the 1 minute chart, just a single trade like this for 20 points. The trade lasted 2 hours. Most people trading manually would have a very hard time not only holding the trade for 2 hours, but holding through all the volatility here, all the swings up and down. Okay, next is the Nasdaq on a Super Renko 10 tick. And here is our template, and then our goal is 1500 on this. And we are using a limit order with a pullback of 7 ticks, canceling after 3 bars. So we had just slightly positive slippage on here, but pretty nice looking chart here, moderately active, but catching a lot of really nice swings. This is actually trading 3 contracts, I believe. No, it's trading 2 contracts here. Pretty nice performance on the Super Renko 10 tick Nasdaq. Okay, next is the Dax on 150 Heikin Ashi chart. This did 1387 for the day, and our goal on this is a bit higher, 2550, and this is using a limit order with a pullback of 8 ticks. This is our template here, so this did about half of its goal. It was moderately active today, and it had a pretty steep drawdown of about $1,100. And that's not unusual for the DAX. The DAX is quite volatile, so expect to see some fluctuation in the swings when it's trading. Okay, next up is the crude oil on a Super Renko 6 tick, and this is using our line break logic, and we have a sensitivity of 1.4 on this chart, and this is a limit order with a 2 tick pullback and a goal of $1,000. So this hit its goal. You can see our trades here. Pretty active for this chart, coming up and hitting our goal. And then we have another chart of the crude oil on a Super Renko 6 tick. Now this one has a much more sensitive setting, also trading the line break logic. So our sensitivity here is 0.8, which is very sensitive to the swings and the noise, where the other one was 1.4. And our order is a stop order. This is the one chart we're using a stop order on. And so this one also hit its goal of 980. A little bit different look here. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a 5 Renko chart. This is currently in an open position of currently short 2 contracts from 2652.50. As you can see here, this is our first target down here, and then up here is our stop loss. And of course, if you ever want to bring the stop loss closer, you can click this button, trail by 50%, and you see my stop just moved, and I could hit that again and trail by 50% of the distance from the close of the bar here. So this is has a closed P&L of 437.50 and an open P&L of 125. Our goal on this is $1,000 plus a couple of ticks, and this is a limit order with a 4 tick pullback, and Super Renko 6 tick is our higher time frame. So that very quickly reversed here and took us out as we were watching. So this kind of thing happens. There's volatility in the markets, but there you got to see it. We were up pretty good and got taken out of the trade, and it reversed direction, and you can see here that it just pulled back and filled us to the long side because we have our higher time frame is long, and we got blue bars, so we got filled on this trade. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a regular 5 Renko chart, and this had 2 trades good for 700. Our goal on this is 750, so it might have hit our goal and had slippage here. This is our template here, and we are using a limit order with a 4-tick pullback. And so this is our higher time frame. This got stopped out a little prematurely here. Unfortunately, this went quite a bit further. So we look at our money management. I'm actually playing this pretty tight on purpose. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 2-tick, and this hit our goal of 750. This is our template here. We're using a higher time frame of 4 ticks, Super Renko, and our goal is 750, and we have a limit order on this of the close of the bar minus 1 tick. So pretty decent looking on the chart here, and it was this long trade around the noon hour that brought us to our goal. Okay, next up is the Dow E-mini contract on a regular Renko 5-tick. This might be a bit of a small time frame for this chart, but nevertheless, I thought I'd give it a try. The goal on this is only 750, and it's just trading 2 contracts, a 4-tick pullback. We have fixed targets here, basically trailing by 0 bars after 16 ticks. So this is pretty tight money management. I think what happened here is I'm using another template from the Emini S&P and applied it to this chart. Sometimes that's how I come up with settings, is I'll try a template from another chart and then adjust the settings accordingly. Our higher time frame here is Super Renko 6. All things considered, it still did pretty good, but I think the profit targets on this could probably be expanded. Okay, next is the mid cap on a Super Renko 10-tick, and this had 2 trades back to back. Pretty good trade placement entry. This is our template here, and our goal is 1,000 on this, and we're using a limit order with a 2-tick pullback. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 4-tick, and this was fairly active today. Looks like we drew down about $200, and it's pretty much gone sideways for a good part of the day, and then it's reaching its equity high with this last trade here. So this did 537 for the day so far. Exit time for this is 2:30 p.m. so it's not going to trade today. Again, it's done for the day. And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching today.